All right, hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Got a interesting pocket knife. This is a case, and I've been doing this almost a year, 10 months, and I have only had one case come through my grandfather's pocket knives that he was collecting. And it was a very, very early case, so almost a pre-case, so that was kind of interesting. It was a very small one. This one is a actual case, so this is like the first real go at having a case knives. Case is, for those who don't know, who aren't super pocket knife aficionados, case is like the gold standards of collectors' pocket knives. Everything's sort of measured against that. There are, case isn't the only good knife to collect, but it's one that most people are familiar with, case knives. And so this is kind of the first case that I'm coming across. My grandfather, if you've watched my channel for a while back, I kind of discussed case knives. My grandfather, when I was growing up, for some reason did not admit to having case knives. Even when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, not really that interested in pocket knives. I knew about case knives, and I asked him, hey, do you have case knives? And it was always like, nah, not really. And the family was, he doesn't collect, good knives and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, even my father is kind of poo-pooing case knives, but come to find out, there's a lot of them in this collection. But I've been kind of holding off on them because they kind of intimidate me. There's so much lore and so much information about them, and everybody kind of passes them around. But this one is my first foray into it, and this is not a great example. It's a very odd knife, and not because of the pattern. I have had a Marlin spike. This is a Marlin spike. I've had a Marlin spike pocket knife that I've shown off here before, but it was an unknown, kind of a no-name. I think it came from Solingen, Germany. And that was a kind of a one-off. I thought that was weird, and then I'm kind of digging through my grandfather's pocket knives, and I come across this guy. So this is another Marlin spike from Case. So the biggest problem, as you can probably see, is this handle is just falling apart. And it's very strange because this pocket knife was I'm not handling it very much because as I do, it starts deteriorating in my hand. So it's a yellow composite, so it's a Delrin, and I have not known Delrin to deteriorate like this. This looks like celluloid, where it's just kind of deteriorated all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden. This is how I found it. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it was sitting next to a celluloid pocket knife or something like that. But it's just a shame because it's a good knife, and the handles have just sort of exploded here. What else? Let's see. This is it's a Marlin spike. This is the Marlin spike here. It is a kind of a rigger's knife. People talk about it because a lot of people use it for sailing. The Marlin spike is for getting out knots and things like that. You stick the spike in there. And let's see, this is, here I'm going to start moving around stuff. So it has the one sheep's foot. As you see, I kind of open and stuff starts falling off of it. Here is your tang stamp. Case XX stainless, which is kind of rescuing this, because if it wasn't stainless, I think these blades would be really in a bad way. But stainless steel, so they're not too affected. The Case XX means that it would have been made sometime between 1940 and 1964, and the model is 3246R. And like some of the other knives, Case, the numbering system matters. For Case knives, the 3 indicates that it's the yellow composition handles. The 2 means 2-bladed, 1, 2. The 4, 6 is the pattern number, and the R means it has a bail. So here is your bail. The knife itself it's great. opens, the walk and talk is great. You know, I can kind of feel a little bit of wobble in there, but nothing terrible. And then it's got a it's got a really nice half stop and a really, really nice snap, as you can see. So there's that blade. You've seen the other side. I mean, these handles are just kind of falling apart, which is super a bummer. These are nickel silver bolsters. Here you have the Marlin spike, which also doesn't have a snap or anything. Or, I'm sorry, it doesn't have a like half stop, and not a, you know, doesn't make noise when you pull it. It does have a snap though. The snap works pretty good. And the metal pieces themselves are all pretty good. I know firsthand that some flits, if you work at this stuff enough, you can clean it off. So definitely know this can be repaired. You know, you're gonna have to take the handles off. Let's see, there's got this bubble coming up here too. I have no idea. Delrin just doesn't really do this as far as I know, but maybe if anybody else knows can inform me if it does that or not. But yeah, this thing is just falling apart on the handles. So it can be repaired. You can replace the handles from what I can see. These are pretty collectible. You know, I've seen them online being sold for hundreds of dollars, but they are in really nice pristine condition, and this clearly is not. So we'll see what it goes for. But look, you know, these blades are stainless steel. This can be polished off. It is not right down the middle. It's kind of leaning to one side, and as you can see, it kind of stays if I push on it. So something going on here. So anyways, I got some dings going on in here, so this looks pretty abused. So it's kind of a bummer for the first case, but they will get better. The bail looks pretty good. Looks like it would need to be polished off as well too. But yeah, there you go on that case. Pocketknife. Hope you enjoy this, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.